Well, we're real lucky here at the Oregon Golf Club to have access to the Willamette River, which is just down the other side of the property. We're able to pump the water up the hillside to our booster pump, and that's our access for all our irrigation water.
Yeah, well, we start at the Willamette River, 300 feet below us, and there's a 100-horse motor down there that pulls the water up the hill, puts it into a reserve pond and creates a creek feature, and then that creek feature feeds into our main reserve pond, which this wet well on this pump station is connected to. And then we draw from that to irrigate the golf course. Very unique situation to have access to so much water, endless supply basically, versus some guys who don't have that kind of thing. I'd heard about this a long time ago, and it was to move your irrigation guy out of the shop and put him in the pump station, and that's kind of what I've done over the years. Bring the bench down here, bring some of the parts down here. It's all one, it's kind of like an irrigation shop, in other words. It also gets you down here every day to see what's going on. A pump's not running, Y strainer's not working, something's leaking. Otherwise, the pump house kind of tends to just be a place that you go in once in a while when something goes wrong, right? This way you keep the irrigation guy down here, keeping an eye on all this stuff. The unique part is that it's an old set speed station. It's fixed speed, so it's all controlled by these gigantic clay valves. And it hasn't been upgraded for 25 years, so you end up with all the features of trying to keep things working with all these mechanics involved versus a variable frequency drive.
Yeah, it's an old system. It's 25 years old, and there's a lot of updates and differences that have been made to pumps these days. And so having somebody, we're lucky that we've had him for as long as we have. Like I said, he's been here 25 years, so he started when the property got started. So he knows all the in and outs of that pump like it's his house.
These fixed speed systems are kind of unique. They have a big bladder, a big pneumatic tank that's half water, half air, and that's where the whole thing starts. And then goes through a Y strainer, goes through the metering elements of the clay valves, and then overnight that'll determine the up and down pressure of the whole system on demand. Underneath this is the wet well. It's connected to a wet well to the fire system, and draws from here about, we run on the average of 1,800 gallons a minute overnight, and we put out in the hottest part of the summer probably 750,000 gallons. They've tested the water in the Willamette River, and then they've tested it where we drop it, where it comes back out of our reserve pond. It's actually cleaner after it's been up here than it was when it started down in the river, so that's kind of interesting.
Having him down there with his office down there, if we ever have any problems, we can call him on the weekend, we can call him in the evenings. If there's anything during the day, he knows exactly what's wrong and how to repair it, which is great.